Dear Boomers, today I want to talk to you about work at home scams. There are a number of them. They're called work from home scams. And I was a victim of one over the last few days. What happened to me was I should have been a little bit more cognizant of what was going on, but it was a learning experience, and I can share with you what to avoid. These scams are called work from home remote scams, and they use the website to board you called home101.com. Now, this particular scam came to me from WhatsApp, and in my research, I have found that you never respond to anybody who reaches out to you to ask questions about jobs on WhatsApp. There's LinkedIn scams recommending remote home opportunities. There are, they get to people on social media, Facebook, Instagram, probably Twitter or X. So the point is that there are certain remote home scams that I just want to talk to you about. Oh, so the one I had was they got to me through WhatsApp, and it just seemed like it was legitimate, except that, when anybody wants to hire you, they generally have a hiring process. They generally might hire you or talk. Even if they do reach out in some remote way, they would have a Zoom. They would have an interview process. They don't ask you for money to onboard you, which is what they were doing here. And what happened was they started talking about Bitcoin and how I would be paid in Bitcoin. So that is when I knew it was a scam. And I pulled out of it and I blocked them on WhatsApp. And they even used the customer service of WhatsApp as a fraudulent scam as well. So now, a job scam is a false work offer designed to mislead job seekers. These scammers seek personal information that you might be less protective of in a job search. So in other words, if you think you're really legitimately being interviewed for a job, you might give out some personal information that they use to steal your identity. They use to steal your money. They post as recruiters and company representatives, and the job scams show up as fake job postings mimicking reputable organizations or using fake company names that appear authentic. Until you start your research, scammers sometimes add a layer of credibility by using stolen identities or compromised LinkedIn accounts to post fake job listings. Now, recognizing these warning signs that I'm about to tell you about and taking protective measures such as thoroughly researching the companies and being aware of red flags before applying is crucial to prevent yourself from falling victim to job scams. For me, the red flag was Bitcoin. I've never been trusting. I think there might be a legitimate use of Bitcoin, but in this case, I could tell it was not legitimate. So the LinkedIn job scams. It seems like you should be able to trust LinkedIn, and that maybe you can let your guard down with LinkedIn. But it is a professional networking site, and that's why you would probably think it's okay. But that's not the case. Even large sites like LinkedIn can be used by scammers. LinkedIn scams often involve fake job postings with enticing job offers and attractive salaries, very attractive salaries that lure unsuspecting job seekers in. Once scammers make the contact, they request sensitive personal information such as social security numbers or bank account details. There's job scams through the site called Indeed, the Indeed job scams. Job boards that aren't vetted are fertile ground for scammers. And the scams are fake listings to coax personal information from you. If you realize something is too good to be true, then it probably is. If you've protected your identity but wasted time and effort, victims of Indeed scams might even participate in fake interviews, adding to the deception and potentially resulting in downloading a virus to your computer. Social media job scams. You might feel safer in your digital world on various social media platforms, but you should stay vigilant. Scammers use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram to create false profiles, groups, or pages posing as employers or recruiters. Exercise caution if you explore jobs on social media. Watch for the red flags, such as unsolicited contact from unknown recruiters and requests for personal information or financial information. Then there are email job scams. Take time to thoroughly investigate and verify unsolicited job offers you receive through the email, especially if they're full of questionable promises. These emails often include dangerous links that have viruses or are part of a phishing scam. Don't give out sensitive information, and thoroughly research the company in a different tab, and don't download anything or click on links. Instead, head to the company's website and apply directly if you believe they're offering legitimate online jobs. Text messages and DM job scams. Unanticipated job pitches that slip into your direct messages or text inbox can be sophisticated scams artfully crafted to swipe your sensitive data. They may include a link to an application or a request for more information. But don't fall prey. Do your due diligence by looking the company up on LinkedIn or looking through a list of employees on the website. Don't hesitate to contact the company to verify whether or not you've been contacted by a real employee. Most of all, never give out personal information through texts or private messages. And then there are the job placement job scams. Scammers sometimes offer services to place you in non-existent positions, usually for an upfront fee, leaving you jobless and out of cash at a time when you probably can't afford it. Always research the company and never pay for job placement services. Trust your instincts and look for legitimate, reputable agencies with a track level of success, a track record of success. Then there's the classified ads job scams. Have you ever seen job openings posted on Craigslist and other classified ad sites? Con artists frequently use classified ads to advertise phony jobs, exploiting the limited verification processes inherent in these platforms. You'll find postings for envelope stuffing jobs from home, but more giant corporations generally utilize more formal recruiting agencies and avenues. Then there's the recruiter job scams. Getting recruited without having to apply is a dream come true, right? Well, it's actually a scam. After all, that eliminates half of the job search struggle. Knowing this fake recruiter scam focuses on snagging your information or money. Take a moment to fact check a recruiter's contact. Ask how they found you and what stood out. Take the time to verify who they are and how they reached you. Remember, legitimate recruiters won't ask for sensitive data up front. And then you pay for training job scams. A classic scam involves asking you to pay for mandatory training for a job that doesn't exist. Scammers often offer a guaranteed job at the end of the training, but it's all play to take your money. Always research the company's offerings, training, and never pay for any training. Trust your instinct and remember that legitimate companies won't ask for payment for mandatory training. Then there's the government job scams. Scams that involve supposed government roles targeting those seeking stable employment with seemingly authoritative organizations. Be wary of any job requiring payment for exams, certifications, or other fees. Legitimate government jobs will not require upfront payment and should be verified on official government websites. For more details on common job scams, check out 16 job search scams and how to protect yourself, and that's a clickable link in this article. So here are 15 signs of an online job scam, and this is how you can, siphon this through your mind to think about what might be wrong about whatever it is that you are looking into. So if they ask for your personal information, your social security number, or they ask for financial information, asking, legitimate employers will not ask for financial details during the application stage. Job offers that request credit card information or a bank account number are not legitimate. If you're working in an economics role, you might be required to complete a credit check, but this should occur in the final stages of the hiring process and is generally completed by a variable company separate from your prospective employer. And then if you're going to chat through messaging systems, a legitimate employer will likely conduct interviews through Zoom. And even if a recruiter initially makes contact via LinkedIn, your conversation should soon move to a more professional email format to start the official hiring process. If they insist on using messaging systems or unprofessional channels like WhatsApp or Telegram, it's a signal that you need to move on. If the company lacks credibility, a sketchy online presence or lack thereof is a reason for suspicion. If you need help finding information about the company online or their website looks unprofessional or incomplete, it's likely a scam. Additionally, if they don't have a physical address or phone number on their website, that is also a significant red flag. Emails that come from unofficial domains. One of the quickest way to spot a scammer is by looking at the email origin. Official communications should come from verified company emails, not a generic account. Look for some form of the recipient's name and then a domain that matches the official company website. And then if they ask for money for training, reputable employers will not ask for money to invest in your development, and they will not charge you for it. If a job offer requires you to pay for training material or courses, it's likely an employment scam. If a company suggests that you need certification, such as food handler's permit or realtor's license, it is not immediately a red flag. You should, however, be able to verify the cost and requirement independently. If not, it's likely a scam. Here's a high pay for entry-level job. Outlandish salary promises for minimal qualifications are a classic bait and switch technique. If a job offer sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Always research the average salary for a similar position and be wary of any significantly higher offers without a valid reason. And then if there's a bunch of grammatical errors and typos, just maybe if there's a simple one word misspelling, that's not really a problem, but If there's a lot of them, it's time to step back and consider when a job description is filled with typos, incorrect verb tenses, and other glaring grammatical errors. Professional listings are well written and double checked. And this is something that I would recommend in anything you write. Please edit everything you write. It's a good exercise, and it also is respectful of the person that you are writing to. If there are vague job descriptions, legitimate postings will have clear expectations and requirements. If the job description is vague and lacks detail, or even a lack of description of responsibilities to that job, it could be an example of a scam. Scammers often try to appeal to as many people as possible with generic job descriptions to get personal information or payment from unsuspecting applicants. Now, if they offer a job without an interview, it would be great to skip right to the job offer, but that's not the way it usually works. The interview is a professional standard that allows you and the hiring manager to gauge how well your skills and interests align with the position. A job offer without an interview doesn't align with standard hiring practices and should be declined. Or an easy job interview or a lackluster interview could mean the job needs to be more legitimate. A reputable company will take the time to interview candidates and understand their skills and qualifications thoroughly. If the interviewer seems uninterested or unprepared, it could be a sign that the job isn't real. Offer job on the spot. Tying into that tip, be wary of any impromptu job offers. Keep in mind that legitimate job openings likely have multiple candidates. Honest hiring managers want to review all of their options before deciding. As exciting as it may seem to receive an instant offer without going through the hiring process, be cautious and do some digging. Stick with reputable companies that follow standard hiring processes. If there is no verifiable address or contact information, if you need help to contact a company, many companies do put more effort into their digital presence than their physical one, but even so, authentic companies have verifiable contact information available where clients and business partners can reach them. And if they ask for wire transfers, no, that's not cool. Anything that seems too good to be true, no. And the best way to research these employers is to go to the company website, to browse social media to see what kind of presence the companies have on there. You can research the company on Google. That's a pretty good way to do it. And read employee reviews and utilize your network. Anyone who might have experience with a company, either as an employer or a customer, ask them if they have had any experience in that realm. So the work from home job scams, which I was privy to in the last few days, fits the whole situation. In fact, I believe that this coach that was talking to me was entirely an AI produced situation. Now, I got that idea pretty quickly into it. I was sort of curious, what the hell is this all about? So I withdrew. I only lost $33, I hopefully, and then I put a freeze on my credit reports. That's important. But yeah, I hope that everybody here is cognizant of what to do. Don't let them take your money, and use your intuition. Don't let things like this, knock you over, and it might actually put a few monkey wrenches into the flow of your day, I'm sure, but let it go. And there's going to be a video that appears somewhere here. Take a look at that and subscribe. Love to you all. Bye bye.